Good afternoon, everyone. We have severe weather across the area, mainly in northeast Georgia. We now have a tornado warning in effect for Hart and Franklin counties in northeast Georgia. It's going to look a lot like what it does right now. Complete darkness for just under 3 minutes. We actually had one of our camera lights fall over because of the gusty winds, likely over 40 miles per hour. Also, a friendly reminder, look before you lock when it comes to kids and pets in cars, just because those cars can get a good 30, 40 degrees hotter than it is outside.
We still have Hurricane Jose out in the central Atlantic Ocean that hit some of the same islands that Irma did.
So Sunday and Monday, Memorial Day itself, those are looking like 2 days that could very well be candidates for washouts. And weatherproof, and we all know that is very important in the Carolinas because it can be warm in the morning and then storm in the afternoon. It's pretty close quarters. Believe it or not, there are 3 of us in this little wicker basket right now. We're about 1,000 feet above Anderson, South Carolina. If we take the live view, that is downtown Anderson. It's going to be a perfect 10, spoiler alert, and it's going to continue to be that way for at least the next about 3-4 days. Yeah, I'm the one who takes credit for that, right? We've actually had some reports of nickel-size hail in Royston, which is on the Hart-Franklin County line. You need to be prepared today. This is a day you need to be weather aware, have that Fox Carolina weather app, but it's this part of the storm that's moving to the east-southeast rather quickly at 55 miles per hour. So again, this warning only concerns Clay and Cherokee counties in North Carolina for the time being. And Kendra's putting on the velocity scope right now so we can detect where some of that rotation is, right around the Greenville-Pickens County intersection, right about here.
Rain is really pouring down in that spot.
And that's where some of the heaviest is falling across the entire area. And luckily, they're moving at a decent rate of speed. I'm kind of in a losing battle right now. And I have to ask, what do you think they'll do next to keep them out of there? Big rain is done for as temperatures soar the next few days. The forecast live on the 4 o'clock news.
Well, Ben joining us at the desk now, and it's definitely heating up. And I was just looking some of our sister stations out in Phoenix. 105 out there. I mean,
I believe it.
It's crazy.
It's almost like in a lot of parts of the country, there's this belief that we just skipped over spring and went from winter right into summer because there's all that time in March, April where winter just would not let go. And then it just seems like a couple weeks later, we're talking about summer-like 7-day forecasts.
I know, and I love the spring. I love that time in between. I hope we can get a little of that back.
I know, but yeah, this 7-day forecast, not indicative of that at all. You know the drill in the summertime where you have heating up temperatures in the 80s near 90 and then pop-up afternoon showers. And that's exactly what we got today. And that's what we'll have a good chunk of the next few days. Not necessarily in the upstate every day, but mountains, yeah, that's a safe bet, at least in any given location, not every given location. There's the current satellite and radar loop. Notice extreme northern portions of Greenville, Pickens, Oconee County starting to experience a little bit of light rain. Notice right north of Clemson, you're about to feel a few raindrops. A little heavier, though, right around Caesars Head and at Table Rock State Parks. Another downpour heading into Transylvania County. Some more rain and thunderstorms forming over Jackson County, North Carolina, as we're seeing a little bit of lightning with some of this activity in Jackson, Macon, and Jackson and Macon counties, North Carolina. So the off chance we hear a few rumbles of thunder in the upstate, best chance of that would be as these move south from North Carolina to South Carolina. So in other words, along and north of 85. Other than that, though, south of those locations, it'll just be a brief shower or two, and anything that does fall is going to be brief. Behind this cold front, notice we've got more pop-up thunderstorms behind it, also some milder air. And that's going to briefly drop temperatures a little bit tomorrow, and it's also going to keep the air relatively dry and comfortable. So humidity not going to be a factor tomorrow, but once we approach the second half of the week, you're going to experience more of a tropical feel to the air. But let's get through this evening first on Futurecast. Notice a lot of this activity over North Carolina, rain-wise, it's going to dissipate as it moves to the upstate. So south of 85, your chances get slimmer and slimmer the farther south you go. Midnight, maybe a stray shower in the mountains, but other than that, everybody else is dry. Same deal tomorrow morning. No rain issues for the morning commute, but much like today, mountains hit and miss afternoon thunderstorms. Once again, a decent chance tomorrow, not so much in the upstate. Temperatures, time being, upper 70s, low 80s in the upstate, even 84 degrees in Elberton, Georgia, and much cooler in western North Carolina. 62 in Brevard. Noted has been raining there, so a pretty big variation on the temperature map here as we approach the 6 o'clock hour. 56 with a couple early showers in the upstate tonight. 52 with hit and miss thunder showers before midnight in the mountains, and drier weather tomorrow. A mix of clouds and sunshine with that cooler, drier air. 78 will do it for our upstate high temperature. And in the mountains, it's a high of 72 with those hit and miss afternoon showers. So on account of the slightly lower rain chance, we'll give it a 9 out of 10 tomorrow. We rate it today an 8 with a little more scattered activity in the mountains tomorrow. I think it's going to be a little bit more isolated. Wednesday's perfect 10 candidate material. We're back up to 81 with no rain chance in the upstate. Another disturbance gives us a chance again for mountain showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. afternoon. And after that one moves out, temperatures really are going to be on the upswing. 87 by Mother's Day weekend and 89 on Mother's Day itself before our next rain chance on Monday. Much like days on the lake, outdoor barbecues, a day at the ballpark is a classic staple of summer. And it's usually all fun and games here at Floor Field, until, of course, a thunderstorm or even severe weather strikes. No matter if you're out at the ball field, an amphitheater, or just out running errands, and thunder roars, the answer is always to go indoors. Of course, storms strike almost daily in the summertime in the Western Carolinas, and sometimes going indoors isn't always an option.
You never know when that rain's going to come, but you always have to do what you can to be prepared.
Cameron White, the media relations manager of the Greenville Drive, is no stranger to having to schedule baseball games around inclement weather.
We just encourage people to find shelter as quickly as possible.
With thunderstorms in the forecast so frequently,
we try to keep people as informed as best we can.
What happens if one hits during a baseball game?
Lightning strike, it's 30 minutes.
And the same goes for the fans.
We'll encourage them to, just, hey, the weather's supposed to be around until this time. Stay under cover, stay protected.
Be sure not to hit the panic button next time you're partaking outside and a storm strikes, but instead listen to venue officials.
We tend to at least in the stadium RP announcements every 5 to 10 minutes.
And monitor their social media pages for updates on what to do and where to seek shelter. That way, if you're debating whether or not to go to an outdoor event you've already purchased tickets to, you'll feel better about not canceling plans, enjoying the show, and being better aware of what to do in case Mother Nature's grin turns grim. Ben Dorenbach, Fox Carolina News.